So when you join, pop in, let me know where you're from. Tonight we are talking about ways to diversify your income while working your 9 to 5. Now, technically it was supposed to be why you should diversify your income while working your 9 to 5, but my graphics team edited it on us a little bit. So we're probably going to talk about both. Why you should diversify your income and ways to diversify your income. Jesse, if you're there, if you can let me know, confirm that you can hear me. She may be messaging me somewhere else. Let's see. Okay, yes, Jesse's here and she can hear me. So Jesse's one of our concierge, one of my team members. It looks kind of dark. All right, let's get going here. All right, so who is ready to learn and get some things that you can put into action in your business? Drop below in the comments, ready to learn, and we're going to get going. So for those of you who are new to the group, welcome to the 1% Code Collective. I am your host, Dr. Melva. I am a board-certified radiation oncologist, wife, mom of 3 kids, serial entrepreneur, and investor, and I help top income earners and healthcare professionals create multiple streams of income so that they can support the career they love or the one they want to love again. And we do that by teaching you how. Welcome. We do that. You have to give StreamYard permission to show that you're here so I can see your name. So give them permission. And we do that by teaching you how to trade, how to turn your job into a hobby and trade in those golden handcuffs for a real wealth portfolio. So today, Jessica, can you see the names of who's here? Because it's not showing me. If you can let me know. Thank you. All right. We're working with all this technology here. So welcome. When you join, let me know where you're joining from. Let me see if I can pull up the stream too so I can watch. So let me ask you this question. When we talk about diversifying income, what comes to mind? Like what words come to mind? What do you think about when you hear diversifying income? Really just to get some perspective. So you can drop it in the comments for me and we can see from there. Wait 1 second. What comes to mind? So, and then the second question I want to ask you to think about is when we talk about diversifying income while working your 9 to 5 or some of us 12, 16-hour days, depending on our professions, why have you not? Why have you not? Okay, so I really want to focus around those 2 things. So, all right, so let's get started. I have my notes here. They're kind of messy, but they're good. So, all right, so I really want to start. And so again, asking you, when you think about diversifying your income, what is it that you're thinking about? And if you haven't started diversifying your income yet, why have you not? Okay, I want that in the background. And then I'm going to give you some action items. So please stay till the end, watch the entire replay. I'm going to give you some resources, and I have a great announcement, a giveaway that I'm doing that I want to announce. I feel like I'm in the dark though. I need to get my filming life together. Like I even teach like video and live setup, but my life's not together now. But anyway, imperfectly imperfect, right? The lighting is just wrong. Well, anyway. All right. All right, hello and welcome. Okay, so first of all, I want to introduce you to the concept of passive income. I want to talk to you about leverage models of creating or diversifying your income. I want to talk to you about strategy and strategic positioning of your income that you have now to create additional sources of income. And then I want to focus on opportunities or bring your attention to opportunities that you have access to because of your cash flow, because of your current career, because of your high income. Okay. So let's talk about some of the roadblocks. And before I do that, I just want to share a story. So I was reading posts, and a lot of these posts are anonymous. It's kind of bothering me. I need to put it there. Okay, so I was going to talk to you in the dark. A lot of these posts are anonymous. I need to get my life together. My kids, who usually help me with my lighting, are outside playing on their new ATV toy, and I'm here by myself. So this is what by myself looks like. So I want to tell you a story. So I was reading posts, and they're anonymous. So when we all went through the COVID pandemic, we're filming this in 2021, people lost their jobs. They had salaries reduced, being replaced, like a lot in the healthcare field. A lot in the healthcare field are being replaced by mid-level practitioners or people who, may not have as much student debt as those of us. And it's all anonymous posts. And the post that I keep reading over and over, it's just like a broken record. Hello and welcome when you join. Tell me your name, where you're joining from. It just shows Facebook user. I can't see it on StreamYard, unfortunately. But those posts are just they were high last year and they're high now, where it's, oh, I suddenly got lost. I got dismissed from my job. I had a high income earning. We have no backup. And a lot of these posts are done anonymously because it's embarrassing when you find yourself as a top income earner, dependent on your income, and that's your only stream. Okay, so you don't want to get stuck in that position. You want to start thinking about diversifying your income so you're not in that position. Okay, some of you may want to do the walk away, and that's where you're just burnt out and you're ready to leave, and you need to have income streams set up for that. I need to get my lighting life together. Give me 1 second. I had it right. I'll call my husband here in a second, but I can't figure it out. It was daylight when I set this up. I have a whole studio upstairs. It makes no sense that I'm not using it. But anyway, okay. So you don't want to be stuck in a situation where you have to find other streams of income, okay? When you diversify your income, and again, strategy, positioning, opportunities that you have, you want to come from a position or place of power, not one of weakness, okay? If you don't have your pen out, get it out and take some notes. So, all right. So I keep seeing these stories, and it's like, they're going to let me go from my job, or they're letting people go, or they're going to cut my hours, or I'm, working with a boss that I don't like. And even if you love your job, like, you want some flexibility. Like, it's just, you breathe easier every day. Okay. So that's kind of the starting point. That was really one of the reasons I was like, one of the first shows I'm going to do in the new group, the 1% Code live show, is strategy and positioning, is focusing on the why. And a lot of your why is that when the pandemic happened and it hit a lot of people and they weren't prepared. So you need to be prepared. Okay. Roadblocks. What are roadblocks for you when you think about creating other streams of income in your wealth portfolio? What are the roadblocks? I've asked a lot of you, I've talked to a lot of people about this all the time. These are the ones that come up most common. Other obligations, okay? That could be career, family, previous commitments that you made, maybe at a younger age when you had more energy, things you thought you wanted to spend your time doing that you didn't want to do or you didn't do. Limited time. Like, I always hear, hey, Dr. Melva, how do you do this? I don't have any time. The risk level, I hear a lot that it's just a lot of risk to do things outside a traditional source of income. So those are probably the top 3 I'd have. If you have any others that you think about immediately on ways or reasons you haven't diversified your income yet, drop them in the comments. I'd love to see those. But let me tell you what I think the real block is, okay? Why you haven't diversified your income either meaningfully, where you have the strategy and positioning that you need, or why you haven't done it at all. I think the real block is a mindset and lack of intention, and strategy for profit versus a hobby. And what I really want to talk about is the front end work that it takes. This should just be called After Dark. The light is killing me. But anyway, I'm sorry. I've said it like 10 times. So we'd have to edit that out. But anyway, the front end work that it takes. Okay. So the mindset of creating a diversified income has to have work. It's a daily amount of work. If you ever follow me on social media, I'll show you like the 3 mindset books that I just have, mini ones. It's like Affirmations of Success from like Dr. Wayne Dyer. I think it's Susan Harrell. It's daily affirmations by, it's by the day that she has things, and then a quarterly statement. And then I have another one, Louise Hay's, like positive affirmations or whatever. And that's just on my desk at my career job. And that's how I start the day. I miss some days, but you can catch up, right? But it's the point of a mindset. It's intentional every day, something that you have to work on. So there's a mindset behind. All right, now there's light. Okay, so it's a mindset around being intentional about diversifying your income. So you have to open your mind to the possibilities of making other streams of income. You have to create time in your schedule, intention. So if you're working now, you're going to have to take time doing this either in the morning before everybody gets up, during your lunch break strategically. For some people, it works that you just have a day that you work on building your dream or adding other income streams in. For other people, it's late at night in the evening after the kids are going to bed or you've done your activities. So it's a mindset to setting yourself up for success. And this is all the front end work. And then it's conversations and collaborations. Looking back, when I first started adding additional streams of income, I think I did all the like shiny things that just you hear about and they're easy. So like if you were to do a YouTube search right now or a Google search and you were looking for ways to diversify your income, passive streams of income, a lot of the preliminary things that you would find may not be the best positioning and strategy for you. Okay. And that is as shady as that sounds, that's exactly how I'm putting it out. Because I think a lot of us as top income earners aren't leveraging our titles, our experience in the field, our available cash flow, our available credit to leverage and, be able to get into some deals that other people wouldn't. And that's not talked about on the surface as much. So when you're looking for the masses, you find information for the masses. Okay. And as a top income earner and following the 1% code method, you have to think differently. You have to think about how you can position yourself with what you have. We actually started and did a lot of the wrong opportunities because they look shiny and they seem like something we wanted to do to increase our income or to diversify our portfolio, my husband and I. But looking back, I missed opportunities that were in front of my face where I could have made higher, more meaningful profits in shorter periods of time because of the leverage. So if that hits home for you, let me know. Let me know if you hear that. So that's what I think the real blocks are. Okay. I don't think it's the other obligations. I don't think it's the time. I don't think it's the risk. I don't think it's the lack of information. I really think, Jessica, are you still there? Can you kind of take notes for me there? I really think that one of the reasons you haven't diversified your income or had meaningful are for those things: the mindset, the intention, the strategy for profit versus hobby, being ready to put in the front end work, which is creating what we call a CEO schedule of intentional conversations, intentional networks, intentional research into the opportunity, and actual start. Because you can do all the research and the legwork that you want to. I'm having lighting issues. Or maybe it's me moving. You can do all the legwork and work that you want to, but if you don't start to create that stream or bring in those other incomes, you're not going to be there. So let me know if you have any questions. Why am I so in the dark? Hold on. I got to change. It's driving me crazy. Give me a second. Give me a second. How about we turn this way? All right. All right. So, Jesse, are you still there? If you can, so let me see what questions you have for me. Oh, hey, Dr. Agostina, I can see your name now. Thanks for joining. So let me know what questions you have for me about this and if you guys are following this. Oh, it's captioning it in the group. Okay. So, all right. So we talked about roadblocks, potential roadblocks. Oh, much better. We talked about potential roadblocks. All right. Let's talk about the definition of a business owner. Heck. I don't know. What is that going from? Yeah, let's talk about the definition of a business owner, okay? And I want you to be a business owner when you think about diversifying your income, okay? Especially if you're a high income earner now. Definition for me of a business owner is when you have a business that functions with or without you, and you can separate yourself from the business and still earn money, okay? Definition, I want you to think of this as a business owner. I really want to move away from the side hustle mentality because, again, as a high income earner, you have the possibility and the time and the ability to position your resources, your money, and leverage that and be a business owner, a CEO, where your business functions with or without you and you separate yourself from the business and you still earn, okay? That's how you diversify your income while you're still working, okay? Like that's the magic sauce. That's the magic sauce. It's not even, I don't know. I'm not having a good lighting day, but I'm gonna keep going. That's the magic sauce. So versus side hustle mentality, it's kind of like making quick dollars, trying things that a lot of people can do. You really want to separate yourself, okay? And then you want to focus on the profit. Like you can have a hobby and you can, like get a rental property just to get a rental property. And like at the end of the day, you're not making any money. Like that's totally possible. Or you can focus on the profit and know how much you're going to make before you get into that vehicle. Okay. So let me give you some book recommendations. Let me see if I have them. Just to get your mind going, if you haven't read these books, if this is your first time really thinking about the concept of diversifying your income, I want you to check out, if you haven't already read it, I think a lot of you probably have, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, The Art of the Deal, and The 4-Hour Work Week. Okay, these are good books. If you haven't read them, Jesse, if you can put those in the comments for me. Rich Dad, Poor Dad, The Art of the Deal, and The 4-Hour Work Week. I want you to pick one of those. If you haven't read it, you can look at the Cliff Notes, but you can do audio, whatever it is, but just to get your mind kind of flowing. And then let's talk about, so we've talked about the mindset. We talked about the change, the difference between business owner, we define that for you, versus side hustle mentality. We talked about the roadblocks that most people say they have. I share with you what I think most of your roadblocks actually are. And then I want to go over just a couple things just to get your mind flowing. So to diversify your income while you're still working, I want you to look at the models that are the most leveraged. Okay. So let's start with real estate. All right. Real estate, there's so many different ways you can get into real estate. There are the rentals, there's fix and flip, there are commercial properties. Right now, commercial kind of had a little topsy-turvy. It's still kind of, it's going back up, but it's not like the first thing I think I would jump into if I were just starting. But with the real estate, I think rentals are a good market. And what I would look for specifically is, let's see, I won't say, you like that definition of business owner? Yes, thank you. Yeah, business owner, not side hustle, and you can separate yourself from the business. But for rentals, I like to think that you want to look at a paint and carpet. That's what I call it, because I think that's the easiest to get into, a buy and hold paint and carpet. So you don't want something that's like a $70,000, $100,000 rehab. If you're just now starting to diversify your income, you want to get your feet wet. You want something that needs minimal changes. We actually did 2 properties, and I talk more about this in my upcoming podcast episode, where we actually did paint and carpet with, it's just not my day. I told y'all, if you saw my live, I've had a crazy day. Like, I feel like I'm in the dark. But anyway, we actually did a paint and carpet rehab. It was like a buy and hold. We did paint and carpet, and then we did it all with the rental landlord management company, like with the money that came in from the rental. So it was like no out of pocket for us. It was 2 properties in Ohio. And that was one of the easy ways to get started, because we were able to leverage a real estate rental management company. We were able to leverage the tenants' money. And so we took away a lot of that. Responsibility. So this is what I mean. When you think about strategy and diversifying your income, you want to look at the opportunity and say, how much profit is it possible for me to make? What amount does it involve me? Will I really be a business owner where I can remove myself and we're still making profit? And then, you're looking at the risk, because a lot of you are stuck, or you haven't done this because you're concerned about the risk. So you want low risk. So a paint and carpet rental is low risk. Fix and flips, you can do that. I think they're exciting. You can make larger amounts of cash if you do that. I think I would start with a mentorship or some type of collaboration. That's the other part of the 1% code, is you want to look at building your network. You want to look at doing collaborations. You want to think about joint ventures. You want to think about investment opportunities where people are already doing the footwork. For example, one of my investment partners is in this group, Tracy Taylor, and we are invested in a startup, and we pulled our cash together because we're a group of investors, and we pulled our cash together and we're able to leverage our money in a self-directed IRA, and then cash in a friends and family round of a startup investment, but we pulled it together. So that's how you diversify while you're working, because we had people in that group that loved numbers and did accounting. And, we work with an accounting firm with experience from real estate investing. And we were able to take that with an opportunity with the mover and shaker that we got in on early, to watch the profits. So again, this is strategy, positioning. That was something that we had access to because of our network. We were able to collaborate. So to have our money go further for bigger gains. I see myself as a business owner. I'm a member of that LLC, limited liability corporation business that we formed, and it's making money without me because it's an investment. So someone else is doing the work. So I just want to make sure you're following this and opening your eyes and thoughts and minds to possibilities, because some of the shiny things of passive income, it's good money, but some of it is just, it's a lot of work money. And I don't want like a lot of work money when I'm diversifying. Like, it's funny. I was thinking about naming, or actually I wasn't thinking about it. I shared it publicly. I was going to name my podcast when it first came out, the Get It Done, because we're all about getting it done. And, I figured out it's the who and not the how. Well, really, it's still the who's that's going to get it done and not always the how. But that's the problem. A lot of us are overachievers. We're high income earners. We're super successful. We know how to get it done. Doesn't it just sound better to get less done? Like, I want to get less done. Do you want to get less done? I want to make more money by me getting less done and having a team working around me. So that's why I switched it to the 1% Code podcast, because that's a 1% thought. The 1% is about strategy, positioning, becoming a business owner, really looking at what's possible and what makes the most sense. Some of the most money that we've made diversifying my salary as a physician, that's my main salary. If you're just joining, I'm a board certified radiation oncologist. Some of the highest return on investment that I've made have been from that front end work that I was talking to you about. Sitting down, having conversations, whether it's listening to a podcast, reading one of the books like the ones I shared with you, or my husband and I just he's like reading something, I'm reading something, we take the knowledge, we do some of the front end work, we do the due diligence, and then it's set in motion. And at that time, it's a team effort. It's, whether it's employees in we're also franchise owners. We own a Cold Stone, a Subway, and we're working on a second Cold Stone location. And then it's taken into motion with that business owner mentality, that CEO. So we're just, dropping in, looking at how much we can improve upon the bottom line and increase that additional stream of income. But a lot of the work is the front end. So I hope you follow that. I hope that's helpful. Okay, so we talked about real estate and a couple things there. The theme and really what I'm focused on, and I want you to see what you can do with this, because I want to be giving you actionable items and things that can really help you, is you want to think about real human needs. Okay, that's going to lead you to profit when you're diversifying your income while you're working. So for example, we have real estate, people need housing. I'm in healthcare, people need healthcare, whether they go get it at the right time or not is debatable. But when you think about real human needs and a business model that you can add into your bottom line, whether that's investing, whether that's creating a business on your own, you want to think around that, because that increases your profit and your profit possibility. So let's talk about another stream. So real estate, I like the stock market. Okay. So stock trading, stock investing, a lot of you are probably in it. You probably have your portfolio set up. You have somebody else managing it. But there is a large amount of opportunity and money. There's a large amount of opportunity and money in different types of investments in the stock market. So I want you just to look into that, whether it's swing trading, day trading, learning options. But there's a lot of money to be made. And they're long-term options too. So like if you get into options and you get into the leaps, the longer term ones, and you learn about that, that's a skill you have. It's not 100% passive, but it can be something that you schedule the time to do and you add it to your portfolio of investment opportunities. And I think it's worth looking into. Okay. So that's one of the ways you can diversify, because as you learn that skill set or you collaborate, I have some of my collaborators learning about stocks and trades here in this group. You open up your ability to create more. Right. And for a lot of people, that can be a substantial stream of income. It's not completely hands off, but it can be modified where it can work for you, how you need to work it. OK, so, whether that's long term trading, research, partnering with someone that helps you learn the stock market. There's some automation things you can do. It's something to look into to diversify your income. And I would say the third way to diversify your income is coaching, consulting, service-based, programs. And what I would suggest to you if you're going down that route is that you want to hone in on your genius zone, your gifts, what you're good at. And then you have to figure out what the need in the market is and how you stand out. How are you uniquely different? What can you offer? And then I would take it a step further. I've done hundreds of thousands of dollars of masterminds and programs, and I've generated a lot of income. I've had a lot of failures I've been able to pick back up. And I'll tell you that in doing this, one of the reasons that, and I hope you get value from this, one of the reasons that I created the 1% Code live show, the 1% Code collective, and the efforts is that I was sold so many false promises and courses without implementation. And if you don't have someone there when you're in the thick of it, you figured it out to help you get it done so that you get results. It's almost like you put in the money and you know how to do a bunch, but you're not making a lot. So there's a lot of money to be made. We live in an era of abundance. And as a high income earner, you can escalate how much you're making to create your wealth portfolio, and you don't have to work as hard. That's one of the affirmations that I think I added early on, was that money comes to me easily, and that I don't have to struggle to make money, because as a physician, I sacrificed, family life, relationships, time with kids, weight, eating, emotional stress, so many years of student debt. It was so much sacrifice, and the money didn't seem to be as easy. And that was one of the changes I had to do when I got into the online model, when I got into diversifying my income, was to release that and say money comes easily. That it doesn't have to be hard to make money. And again, this goes back to what I said in the beginning about your strategy, your positioning, and your mindset around creating these opportunities to create additional streams of income and diversify your income. Is this helping? Like, are you guys there? Are you with me, following me? Let me know your takeaways. If you're watching the replay, #replay. I love when some of you watch it like the middle of the night and I wake up and I'm like, oh, she saw it. But yeah, that's our life, right? Like, that's how it is. And I apologize for the technical difficulties. I don't know why I can't get my life together tonight. So hopefully I've given you some ideas. It was a little long-winded tonight, but you can diversify your income by creating passive streams, looking for collaborations, investments, real estate. Okay, good. You said yes, it is. Awesome. Real estate investments, and, read those books, check out the books, think about the roadblocks, get out a sheet of paper and write down what your roadblocks have been. If was I spot on with those roadblocks? Is that really what stopped you? Or is it the real list that I mentioned? And now that I say it, you're like, I don't know why the light keeps going in now. Is it the real, the real issue that I mentioned that really pertains to you? And then I invite you to get away from that side hustle mentality. Like, if you're going to put that effort and time in, it needs to be a real commitment. You have to have a profit strategy. Like, you want to grow your income in the diversified income, not just do something because it's exciting. Okay. Like, most of you, I'm just going to say we're too old for that. We're not too old for that, but like, you work too hard. Like, have your money work smart. Okay. Ask, qualify. A lot of people, even when you invest with other people, like, it may not be right for you. Some of the deals that we do, it's higher risk. Like, when we started with the Cold Stone, it was the middle of the pandemic. We didn't know if we'd have the money to continue, but we increased sales over $100,000 in that single year in the pandemic. So it was possible, but it was risk. So investment partners, if they didn't have a high risk tolerance, it may not have been a good thing to come in. We didn't bring any investors in with us the first round. We are opening investors for the second location, but it's a little safer. So you have to know where you are. You have to know your risk level. When you're looking at other people, you have to say, like, who are you modeling? Who is doing what you want to do and they're where you want to be? What are they doing? And do you feel comfortable with the decisions they're making? Or if you're lower risk and you're not willing to take that risk, find people to collaborate, or projects or income streams that make sense with that. And this is the strategy. This is thinking about it before you jump into it, before you go get a business license, pay a lawyer a lot of money to set up your user agreement. We've done all ourselves, by the way. Before you sign up to additional affiliate marketing, let's say. That's another thing. And I have teachings here and on my YouTube channel about that. Really figure these things out for yourself. How do you want to make the money? How much do you need to diversify your income? Do you need enough so you don't have to moonlight or work the second job? Do you need enough where you can go to part-time? Do you need enough where you stay working and, a year from now you're walking away? Like, you have to design that dream life. You have to have it clear in your mind, and then you have to do the mindset work to look at it every single day. So with that said, I hope you got a lot of value from this. Again, I apologize for my lighting and technical difficulties. I'm just trying to do too much, apparently. It's a shame I have a whole studio upstairs, but I'm downstairs. So anyway, I'm Dr. Melva. Let me know what questions you have if you watch the replay. Oh, I forgot. So I want to invite you to join me in a giveaway. I'm working on inviting other top income earners to this group. So if you know anyone who is interested in diversifying their income, creating more leverage in their life, learning more about the 1% code, please DM us, invite them, let us know who you invited, and we're going to be doing a giveaway for a couple Amazon gift cards. I'm really excited. We're going to post more about it in the group tomorrow. And then the podcast launch, I'm going to put a date on it. Is July 1st. I'm looking for people to help me with the launch team. So if you'd like to be an ambassador for that, again, we're going to have some more giveaways around that. Reach out. You can either message Dr. Melva Concierge or Diversify Code Collective. She's in the group now. Send us a message. Let us know if that's something you're interested in helping us with, being an ambassador to help me grow this group. I really appreciate it. I appreciate your time tonight. Let me know what questions you have in the comments. Until next time, I'm Dr. Melva. Thank you so much for joining. Bye.